Have you been hesitant about creating a summit or a virtual event for your community? Are you looking for information on how to create a virtual event that's successful in 2024 or beyond? Well, this is the place. Let's talk about it. My name is Andrea, and I'm the Irresistible Experience Creator. If you're new to my channel, I help experts, coaches, established content creators, and business owners on creating irresistible experiences. I help them build their online business and automation. That's why you see also videos about automations and ManyChat and tutorials about tech tools. But I also am an event producer by trade. So I've been doing this since 2008. That's a long time ago, okay? That's more than a decade of producing events in person. And I started producing virtual summits around 2018, before virtual events and virtual summits were a huge success and a huge thing. So I want to talk to you about creating a virtual event for your members in your program, for your followers on social media. Well, it's so important to know what your vision is and where you want to go. If you see any single company that's a Fortune 500, a Fortune 100, a Fortune 1000, all these big corporate companies, they all have events. If you see the network marketing industry, they all have events. Why does every successful business have events in their marketing strategies? Now, hear me out. Events are a product. They're the means to the end. What do I mean by that? Well, your event can be for different reasons. A lot of events, a lot. And when I tell you a lot, this is not something that is new or something that rarely happens, but a lot of events actually are negative on the ROI. They don't make any money for the companies. Why do they still do them? Because events create brand awareness, they create loyalty, they create also belief in the company, belief in the products, belief in yourself as the attendee. So there's so many reasons why would you call an event that was successful for the experience and see a negative in the balance on the investment. That's one of the things. So if you've had an event that you hosted before and you feel like it was not successful because it didn't make you any money, well, welcome to the club. We've all had those types of events because a lot of the events, especially when it comes to corporate events, they don't make any money. They're internal events for the company to keep them being loyal, for, like I said, right, to create belief in themselves and in the company and the products, and for community. This is the other huge reason why events are essential to any successful company, just like customer service. Another thing that I'm a super expert at, customer service, hate it or love it, it's the only way for you to create raving fans. I know, it's crazy, right? Why would you love your complaints? Because complaining actually means that that person cares enough to tell you what you're doing wrong. And how you can make them loyal is by solving that problem. So it's not counterintuitive, but that's how it is. When you see a complaint, don't say, oh my gosh, I hate this. No, actually see what happened, see what you can do about it, and reach out to the customer to see if you can save the customer. And if you do, you're going to have a loyal fan for life. Trust me on this one. Now, I went on a tangent there, but it's important for events because in events, there's a lot of customer service things that we have to take care of. The attendees are our customers. Even if the attendees are our own employees, they become the customers of the company. Now, let's talk about your clients and your leads. They are your community, right? If you have a big following on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, X, on TikTok, on Pinterest, Snapchat, even if you have a big community, this community wants to connect with each other and they want to connect with you. And this is another big reason why you have to do events this next season. Now, right now, we're in the fall season of 2024. I don't know when you're watching me, but the event season is already, like they say it in Spanish, viento en pop. It's already going full force, and it's impossible to plan an event in a week and launch it and be super successful at it. You're going to have to drop a lot of balls. You're going to have to sacrifice a lot if you think that you can do an event in 2 or 3 weeks and launch it right now. What I recommend is 90 days. 90 days is the minimum amount, even for virtual, especially for virtual. You would think that you could plan it, market it, and produce it in less than 30 days. But if you're going to be running any types of ads, Meta ads, Google ads, Pinterest ads, TikTok ads, you need time. Time is of the essence. And when we take our time, what happens is that we can take care of all the moving pieces and we don't drop the ball. If we rush things, then we create mediocre experiences. And guess who pays the price? Not only you, your attendees, your speakers, your sponsors. They pay the price. And then they don't want to work with you again. So make sure that you have 90 days and plan it with time. Why do you think weddings take a year to be planned? Weddings have way more moving pieces than corporate and business events, and they take their time. We had to take our time. I want to encourage you. This video is to encourage you to take the next step in creating your virtual event, in opening your eyes and moving past, your nose and going global. Because in-person events, especially in the United States, Canada, and the UK, are really hard to fill. Right now, travel is more expensive for everybody. There's a lot of people that are living with less means that they were 5 years ago. And we cannot expect for our audience to have all of these expenses. Like, look, every time that I go to an in-person event, and I love events, like you're going to see me, if you follow me on Instagram, you're going to see that I went to the UK for a really big event in the UK that I absolutely loved. Last year, I went to Dallas to the Level Up Summit by High Level, and I met my fellow colleagues in the agency industry. And then at the event that I went to, AdCon, I met a lot of people from Europe that I had no idea before. And this is why we go to events, to community, to meet people, to network, but also to learn. But here's the kicker. There's so many expenses that as an attendee, I have to save, I have to invest so that I can attend. Besides the plane ticket, that was almost $2,000, the hotels, the food, the extracurriculars, and eating out with the people that you meet when you network, all of those things, right? It creates a lot of expenses. And what happens is that as a host, think about this. When you are attending an event, so put yourself in the attendee shoes, but also in the host shoes at the same time. When you're attending an event in person, what happens is that people have less money to invest in your programs that you're selling during the event. Because again, the event is not the ends, it's the means to the ends, the means to help you sell your program and fill your membership or fill up your high ticket offers. So if you do a virtual event, the cost is significantly lower for your attendees. And also it can be for you as well. You don't have to have all the tech and whistles. You don't have to rent the $1 million studio that Tony Robbins created. It was not $1 million. It was more than $1 million, actually. My mentors, Barry and Blue, helped them build it. So you don't have to rent Sage Event Studios either, right? That's a lot of money. You could do it right from your home. People are right in their homes. And guess what? They have more money to invest in your high ticket offers, in your courses, in your memberships. This is why I am also a fan of virtual events. Now, the other reason why I am going to encourage you to actually bite the bullet and sit your 3 letters and plan that virtual event is because it allows you to go global. What does that mean? You can reach people like me in El Salvador, in Central America, in South America, in Europe, if you're in the United States, in Australia, in Asia, in Africa, everywhere in the world. And to me, that is power, that is legacy, that is achieving the mission and the vision that you have for your business. Because if you're still listening to me right now, you are an empowered entrepreneur, business owner, content creator that wants to make an impact, that wants to have a legacy, that wants to create a movement. And a movement cannot be only created in the place that you are living at. You have to expand your wings and see how many people there are in the world that actually speak English and that would love to learn from you and that need to learn from you. I cannot explain to you the amount of times that I've cried because I needed some help and I could not find it locally. I've always had to go outside of my comfort zone and outside of the country to learn the newest trends, to learn the newest marketing strategies, to learn how to build funnels, how to create these automations, how to use ManyChat, how to use high level. I've always had to go outside of my country because I just can't learn in Spanish. That's my thing. I grew up in the American school and I just my brain just is wired in English. I know it's weird because I am from El Salvador. My mother tongue is Spanish, but I learned better in English. Even though I went to the university in Spanish in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, and all that was in Spanish, you have no idea how hard it was for me. It was crazy hard for me to study in Spanish. It was so hard. But they're the best university in the hemisphere, in Latin America, in my opinion, in the creative arts. They're super creative. The Argentinians are super creative and they're super innovative. So that's the opportunity that I got. And I studied event planning there. I have my event degree from there. And I won an award there as well for event planning and for publicity and for my investigations. Like I've won 3 awards during my career in the university. And that's a big achievement when my brain is wired in English. But anyways, tangent. It's not about me. It's about your audience. There's so many of us, so many of people that I grew up with, the people that I know that speak English and would love to learn from you. And also, now with AI, you could literally dub your language. I don't recommend it though. I really don't. I rather you have translators and not even translators. Actually, what are they called? They're called interpreters because a translator just translates directly. An interpreter interprets what the sentence you're saying and translates it the best way. Now, in my case, I cannot translate tech in Spanish. It like my brain hurts after talking tech in Spanish. Like it literally hurts. So trust me when I tell you there's so many people out there that need you. And for you to achieve your mission and your vision and build that movement and community, you need to go outside of where you live and outside of the US and Canada and the UK and Australia or wherever you're watching me, because it's so important for you to create that mission and that purpose that God gave you. I know that God gave you that purpose and you're never a prophet in your own town. That's not how it works. So if you're still watching me, hi, thank you so much for being here. If you want to learn how to create the most irresistible virtual event, join me in my next challenge. Just go to irresistibleevents.co/challenge. I will drop the link in the description below as always and in the first comment. And I hope to see you in that challenge. The challenge is not free. It's $7. And I want you to have some skin in the game. That's why I'm charging $7 for it. But it's going to be 5 days full of value. And you're going to get your virtual event planned and ready to be built so that you can market it, fill it, and produce it and profit, obviously. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Comment, like, subscribe. I will keep doing these types of videos. Also, follow me on Instagram because I post content more often there than I do anywhere else. And also, with the same handle, you can find me on TikTok if you want to watch my TikToks as well. God bless you. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.